It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Los Angeles Chargers on Sunday night.
It was only opened in 2020, but quickly became one of the league's most recognizable venues. You're looking at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Ready to get this game started. Here's Evan McPherson. And off we go from SoFi. Darius Davis to return it. And look at this return. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the fifth-year pro who can really fill up a stat sheet, Justin Herbert.
True story. First time I saw Justin Herbert at a Pac-12 Media Days, I thought, that can't be Justin Herbert. That guy looks like a defensive lineman. He is massive. But then you watch him play and you realize he's one of those 6'5", 6'6" guys that's the athlete of a 6'2". The way that he moves so effortlessly, the way that rocket arm can throw the ball all over the field. Been hyper productive statistically. Kind of like that Fouts guy that wore the lightning bolt before him. On any given Sunday, this guy can put on a show.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring up. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he has this one past the 50 and will start downhill into Bengals territory. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
On 2nd down, here's Dobbins. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Herbert from the gun. That's complete. It's the rookie from Georgia. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They're set up at the 35 now. Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 31. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. They connect on the deep shot. And he will score. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chargers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Brown with a return here. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So here are the Bengals now as they get set for their opening drive. They're led out by a motivated player coming off an injury, one of the game's great young QBs, Joe Burrow.
When Joe Burrow's between the white lines, he's one of the game's best and most entertaining quarterbacks. He just has a cool factor that is the envy of so many. Nothing seems to bother them other than some injuries that unfortunately have ended seasons early. When he's on the field, timing, the anticipation, Kate, the precision with which he plays, he has very few peers.
That throw finds Jamar Chase. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. 1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Catch made by Chase Brown. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. That's Denzel Perryman in on the stop.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Play action now. Burrow. Got a man, it's Gesicki. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Stopped by Deion Henley.
You know, Kate, it's almost as if the defense invited him to make that throw. That was a play they knew they could defend, and they stopped it right at the line.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. To throw again, it's Burrow. Throws knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. So this one goes out of bounds inside the 20, but not by much. They're giving him the 18-yard line. They're out and set. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Brought down by the veteran, Von Bell. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here's 2nd and 7. Escapes the pocket. Stepping up, and he's going to run. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. This finds Chark complete. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And it brings up an LA first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
This is reeled in by Joshua Palmer. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Herbert now off the play fake. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's keeping it. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to SoFi right after this. Chargers ball as we get back for the second, and they are thinking points. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete. He can't hang on to the pass. So it's gonna be 3rd and short coming up.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Third down run by Dobbins. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. Herbert now, blitz coming. Oh, he nearly reeled that in, as close as you can get, but just an exciting incompletion.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next.
Well, Jim Harbaugh, no stranger to barking at officials, and he's going to make them take another look at this one. Well, we can see he made the catch. He definitely has possession, but did both of those feet hit down in the end zone?
Yeah, get that zoom button ready to go. Get the magnifying glass. Was there any green right between his feet and that end line? That's what they're going to be looking for in the replay booth.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So Jim Harbaugh rejected on the challenge. The call's going to stand. Dicker on now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers double their lead to 14. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Brown with a return here. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Burrow finds him over the middle. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Burrow from the gun. Hits him on the in route. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Burrow setting up the play action. Finds the in route complete. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. 1st down, Burrow to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked up, Cam Hart.
You can see it right off the snap. They got a really good read on where that was designed to go. Having that extra defensive back, that nickel coverage, so critical on that interception. Give that defense coordinator some credit. Had the right plan, the right personnel. These guys on the field made the right play.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Herbert. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now it's 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. A give to Dobbins out of the shotgun. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Mike Hilton getting up there for the tackle.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
On 3rd down, Herbert. That's caught for the 1st. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Following that completion, a member of the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Throwing now, Herbert. Able to hit Palmer, complete. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down, well, opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
On the play fake, it's Herbert. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. That's one he knows he should have had. And that leaves him with 3rd and short.
With how hard it is to get an open look downfield, can't let the coverage off the hook with a drop. Saw open space, started running before he was able to watch the ball into his hands.
Going for the 1st with Dobbins. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. So on 4th down, here's J.K. Scott on to punt it away for the Chargers. And that kick a little too well struck. He drives it into the end zone for a touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 28. Into the hands of Gesicki, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. The Bengals with the football. 1st down, ball at the 36. Putting the tight end in motion. On 1st down, here's Burrow. This is hauled in by T. Higgins. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
This one taken in by Chase. And he's going to go down right along midfield stripe. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Bengals have to move here. Clock's running as they hustle to the line. 1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Complete out to the right side. And he's down inside the 35 before going out. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Burrow out of the shotgun. Through the middle. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals make it a 1-score game before halftime. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bengals chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Bengals 7.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. On the return, here comes Davis. He stopped on the return at the 27.
Davis on the return. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 32. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Herbert from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And a fair catch made without incident, just inside the 25. We don't get a return out of that punt, and it'll be Bengals football. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing is Burrow. He's on the move. Now here he goes. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the 1st down.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Burrow back to throw. Finds Chase on the slant. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Looking to throw, Burrow. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going. You got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Couldn't connect on 1st, it's 2nd down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. That's Gesicki, he's got it! And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
To throw again, it's Burrow. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Burrow from the gun. Has a man, it's Brown. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. The final timeout taken by the Bengals. And that's all they've got for what little remains in this half. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left. This one misses the tight end. So now they have 3rd and short.
I think everybody in the building was already thinking about the next play to run as they watched that short throw to the tight end. That's a gimme. You don't expect to see many of those drops.
A 50-yard attempt.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. He'll throw it. He's throwing deep to the left side. He's got it at the 30. And somehow they reach the end zone with no time remaining in the half. So late in the half, Brock, why not take a shot downfield? And their prayers are answered as they come up with that late touchdown.
You know, this is just a case of who wants it more. If you're in that secondary, all you're thinking is knock the ball down.
Yeah.
Even if you make some contact, right? They rarely call pass interference on plays like that. But somehow, some way, the ball winds up as a touchdown.
Dicker on now for the PAT. And the kick is good, so they add 7 to their lead on the final play of our first half. So we're at halftime in this Sunday night matchup. Now we'll go coast to coast. Jonathan Coachman standing by in our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll let you and Brock catch your breath as we welcome the rest of you to our EA Sports Halftime Report. We're accustomed to seeing strong quarterback play. We got that in the first half from Justin Herbert. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play. With that, the 2 squads are headed out of the tunnel. So let's get you back out to Kay Scott and Brock Hewitt.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Brown with a return here. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Bengals and Joe Burrow all set to take over. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he's brought down for a loss.
Can I have a moment, Kate? Just a moment to marvel at how well they reacted to that play on defense. They were all over from the start, getting behind the line to blow up a play that how many times do we see as highlight reel touchdowns going the other way?
Here's 2nd and 11. Got a man, it's Gesicki. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. It's a gain of 12 there. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
1st down, Burrow to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
2nd and 3 now. Burrow setting to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Still sticking with the passing game. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's first and 10. Now Burrow. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got second down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
Burrow setting up the play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
When nothing opens up, that becomes a pretty clear throwaway spot. I mean, that is textbook throwaway spot right there, Kate. Get outside the box, chuck it into the third row, and avoid exactly what happened right there. Because now third down is so much harder.
The Chargers into a nickel set, third down. Burrow. He sends this one to the end zone. He's got it deep downfield. And he's got it for the touchdown. But while they celebrate, back near the line, we've got a flag, Brock, in the neighborhood we usually see holding.
Offense.
You don't get too many plays of that size in a game, and that flag takes away one of them.
Still third down.
Penalty not helping their cause for this third down. Burrow to the air now. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these third downs.
The Bengals send out the punting unit. And this one's out of the side of the end zone. Was trying to get that precise aim, but he was off the mark. It's going to be a touchback. The Chargers are being led back out on offense by Justin Herbert here. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. Drive starts out with a first and 10. Herbert now off the play fake. It's into the hands of Will Dissly. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Here's Herbert, first and 10. Short pass brought in. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Herbert, quick out wide, complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Dobbins trying the right side. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Brought down by the veteran, Von Bell.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Running it again with Dobbins. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. It's a gain of 4 there. And the Chargers will have a first.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
Herbert on first down. That's a catch for Hayden Hurst. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Motioning the tight end now. Working inside the red zone. He brings it in. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. That's the end of the third on Sunday night. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Herbert from the gun. Has it down close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal.
Well, that right there, Kate, that is the epitome of trust, and trust in your big physical tight end. Throwing his way into double coverage. You may question the decision when the ball leaves his hands, but it's tough to question when it produces results like that.
Running for it with Dobbins. Takes it in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers make it a 3-score game in the 4th. J.K. Dobbins with the touchdown. Dicker on now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chargers push their lead to 18. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. On the return, here's Jones. He stopped on the return at the 27. Drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Burrow out of the shotgun. That's It's complete to Gesicki outright. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Second down now, 7 to go. Burrow from the gun. Hits him on the in route. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes, just like that.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That's caught for the first. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Finds the in route complete. And they take him down right along the 30.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you can take a lick at any time.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. To throw again, it's Burrow. Escapes the pocket. He's on the move. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. And that play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
On first down, here's Burrow. Put the body on the line for his team. Touchdown, Cincinnati. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
McPherson at the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bengals make it an 11-point ball game.
Bengals 17.
They recognize the situation they're in now. After that score, they're going to try to get it right back. And no problem for the Chargers. They cover it up. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks them, though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
The Chargers are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. Beginning on the ground here with Dobbins. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys, not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
Here's Dobbins again on second down. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Defense looking to defend the marker on third down. It's the 2-minute warning here in LA. Chargers up by 11. Let's see what they went with on third down. Now an inside handoff to Dobbins. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. The Chargers lined up in punt formation. J.K. Scott will kick it away. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. This one carries out of bounds. Not the greatest field position awaiting them. It's spotted at the 11. The Bengals and Jamar Chase about to take over on offense once again. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now to throw. Finds his man, Chase. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Bengals have to move here. Clock's running as they hustle to the line. Hits him on the out route. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Higgins makes the catch. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Second and 3 now. To throw. Has a man, it's Brown. And he goes out a little short of the 40. That's a pickup of 9. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
1st and 10, gotta score immediately here. Only 1 timeout left, and that clock winding down. Throwing now. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down. Bengals have to move here. Clock's running as they hustle to the line. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. That was Jamar Chase he was looking for there. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
Looking to throw it. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! But I think someone on the Bengals got back on top of that one. And yes, they did. Bengals football. to go, but their reward, a really tough third down here. Here he is to throw. Complete out to the right side. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the fourth. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Chargers come away with a win in this one. Well, Brock, this one certainly had its bright moments. Going to be talking about those in the days to come. Another great game.